certain things will make you want to give up, especially when you think you've got everything figured out. The past few weeks tested my faith, my emotion, my psychological strength, and also gave me a bunch of lessons. As someone whom a lot of people look up to, I didn't even know how to voice out. It all began during my final year clearance. Initially, I had made plans and provisions on how I was going to make my clearance, but upon the clearance, it happens that everything went above my budget. The bills to pay for were non-stop. My license exam fee had increased above what the previous set had paid for. However, I still managed to clear everything, but then it left me empty. So for the past 2 weeks after my sign out, I've been battling with recovery. But here was my biggest challenge. Beyond Conversation with Eric Gugua was finally coming to Enugu State, and as someone who has been broadcasting about Beyond Conversation when it was happening in other states, supported a lot of people who couldn't afford to get the virtual ticket, and now it was finally coming to Enugu. I had no finance to support myself to get both the ticket and even my transport fare to the venue. I kept thinking for days, what do I do? How do I go about it? I kept this within me for days, battling with it, but then I decided to open up to my friend Ikachu. I explained to him what I was passing through and why the next version of me, which is at its grooming stage, depends on this event. He promised to support me with the money for it, but then I knew this could be the last money currently on him, and as someone who believes so much in me, I knew he could go as far as sacrificing his next meal to support me. So I went to God in prayers and I was like, God, help me. I really need to be at this event. Help me. So on Thursday, my friend Dika encouraged me to go on live, where I normally go to share my spoken word with my friends in diaspora who love and appreciate my spoken words. I finally went live, and my TikTok Mama Lali Socha, joined my TikTok live. She hasn't been very active on the app due to work schedule, so I was surprised to have her around that night. I read some of my poems to her from my ebook, which is to be launched by August. She loved this so much and began to give me TikTok coins, which converts to real money. I got so emotional that I couldn't even hold back my tears. It tells us how much God uses people to show up on us when we call upon Him. I finally attended Beyond Conversation, and when Eric Gugua climbed the stage and began to speak, it was as if he was talking about me. Some of us don't even know that it's a privilege to be able to afford a ticket to an event that changes our life. There are people out there who really want to attend, but then they don't have it. And then it was as if he was talking about me. I'll be sharing insight on what I learned on my next video and everything that happened during the event, so do well to stay tuned. See you on my next one. Bye bye.